Yo, we're recording here from the upside down. So, um, I want to actually, this is sort of a direct response video, whether it will get any views or whether the person that I'm responding to will respond or anything like that. I mean, it's all up in the fucking air. Nothing seems to fucking work. Nothing seems to stick in this goddamn world anymore. But the only thing that fucking seems to go my way, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but you know, not not too bad. Not too bad. That's about it. So anyhow, the the video that I want to respond to is from someone that I subscribe to, Large Men Abroad, and there's something else that I would like to say directly to him a little later in the video. But if you're not familiar with Large Men Abroad, please check out his channel. Good content overall. But he just recently put out a video that was talking about the dystopian job market, right? And he had he featured a video from I'm not sure who it was, a girl that was talking about just her experience in the job market, dealing with just trying to survive here in the U.S. given the current economic and social circumstances. And likely you've not seen any of my videos if you are watching this one, but there's a previous video where, and let me just lay down the groundwork here. In the video, they're talking about how, at one point, Large Man Abroad, I think it's being said, with like potentially multiple meanings, but talking about just people in general being cowards, right? Being cowards when it comes to just, the way I took it is cowards just in life in America in general, in the sense that nobody's looking to actually push for change, to actually get themselves out there, to stand up to their employer or what have you, right? And so I just want to say that, again, in one of my previous videos, right, I kind of go on, the whole fucking point of the video is to talk about how I told my employer, which I'm still currently employed for 5 hours per week at $12 an hour, that because they didn't compensate me properly, which I'm sure many of you can relate, right? They didn't properly compensate me for the fucking work I've done the last few months, and because they are now asking me to do twice what was my sort of going to be my current my new role, let's put it that way, because now my role is just I come in and stock some shit when they get some deliveries on 1 day a week, but they wanted me to do twice the work in what was supposed to be my new and ongoing role, right? Twice the work, same amount of pay. I said no. You haven't properly compensated me for the work that I've done, and now what you're doing is you're trying to get me to do twice the amount of work, right? And keep the pay the same. I'm not doing this anymore. $12 an hour, mind you. $12 an hour. $12 an hour. I said give me 15. 15. Think about that. I'm asking for 15. That in itself is not a living wage. Asked for 15. They said, hey, go fuck yourself. And they put me on the 5 hour a week schedule now. That's what I'll be working, because I decided to say no, enough of this, right? Because guess what? Again, I'm not a coward, right? And I really enjoyed that video from Large Men Abroad, and having that person on there, and talking about how both of the girl that he featured and himself, they both were talking just again about how people aren't seemingly wanting to acknowledge the problem or the problems, right, or wanting to step up and say anything about it. Guess what? I'm just gonna throw this out there, right? And you can laugh at me all you want, right? I don't give a fuck. Guess what? I stand up. I'll stand up. I'm standing up right now. If you need somebody to kind of get behind, I'm not going to sit there and claim to you that I'm a genius or that I'm going to, completely change the world. I feel like that there are others that with more knowledge, with a better ability to navigate this thing from a political standpoint and social standpoint, that I can, get behind if they would stand the fuck up. But if you need somebody in the lower level, if you need somebody to kind of galvanize you, right, look no fucking further than right here. I am not afraid. I'm not afraid of employers. I'm not afraid of politicians. I'm not afraid of corporations. I'm not afraid of the U.S. government. I am not afraid of anyone. Now, if you think that's false bravado, you're mistaken, right? You're mistaken. Now, talking about how in that video, also how it's just the dystopia, right? This is man, this whole fucking thing is a dystopia. It's not just the job market itself. The whole country is a dystopia. I think, again, that was, the large man abroad actually elaborated on that and stated that very same thing. But it's dystopian, right? There is no fucking point to any of this, right? Now, again, I'm kind of nihilistic in some sense. I have a family, I have kids, right? And I love my kids, so it's not like I'm, again, the big Lebowski, we believe he's a Nazi Lebowski. That's not me, right? That's not me. I'm not German either. But maybe my family background is to some degree. But anyhow, it's more like cosmic nihilism, right? There doesn't seem to be a point in all of this, and we kind of seem to have to make our own point, right? But how are we making our own point living in this dystopian hell, right? That is the United States, and it seems to be Western civilization, and probably just civilization, period, because it seems that everywhere there's a fucking issue. It's greater. There's different issues, though all of them are very similar. And it's worse in some places than it is others. I think it's really bad here in the U.S. I think it's worse than what people are aware that are outside the U.S., and I think it's worse than what people here want to acknowledge. Going back to that, nobody wants to identify the problem. Nobody wants to stand up and sit and speak their piece. I'll fucking shout it from the goddamn rooftops, right? Right now, I'm very isolated. I'm very isolated, and that's one thing. I've never been the most social person, right? And so because I'm a single parent that has 2 kids that live with them full time, and I'm trying to fix, manage, and do all these things as a single parent, trying to take care of my body, trying to do all, and right now trying to fucking figure out how I'm going to pay the fucking bill, since my job wanted to say fuck you because I, again, stood up to these motherfuckers, right? I can't just go out there and light the sparks necessarily, like on the streets maybe, but I mean, if people out there see this video and you want, like, you want to talk, you want somebody just to talk to, you want to break this thing down, you want to organize, like, you want to organize. If you're somebody that's a little bit, that's more social than me, and you're just needing some sort of support, somebody that that is going to help you light that spark, I got you. I plain and simple. I'm fucking tired of this, man. I am tired of this fucking game. It's rigged, and we are being fucked royally by those with wealth. And forget the 1%. It's not just the 1% or the 0.1% of the 1%. It's also the 10% or the petty bourgeoisie as well. Like my employer, the petty bourgeoisie who got, they're well off and shit. They're looking to get up there to that higher class, and they're willing to step on as fucking many people, just like the fucking corporations, just like the fucking politicians, just like the 1%. They're willing to do the same thing because they want to get to that fucking level. It's all about control, man. Now, I've never been a conspiracy theorist, and I will tell you right now that most conspiracy theories are complete, absolute bullshit, right? But it's not a conspiracy to say that people like to control other people. This has been going on since the dawn of civilization, right? And this is now it's in a different fucking space, right? Because of where we are technologically speaking, how many fucking people are on the fucking planet. I mean, it's a bit different than it's ever been. But this control and greed, and this is what's happening. What the fuck, right? I can't just go out there and do something on my own, right? I need some people out there, like-minded individuals. I don't really know how to reach them, but I do know how to fucking speak, right? I do know how to record a fucking video on my phone, and I know how to post it on fucking YouTube, right? This is all I can fucking do right now, because I'm so fucking stretched thin with everything else that's going on, and it's like I'm railing against this system, while I'm still trying to fucking operate within the system, because at the moment, that's all I can really fucking do, right? But god damn it, if you don't like my language, I really don't care at this point. You know, grow the fuck up. Now, there's, like, and this is probably gonna be unedited, and I just don't care because I'm keeping this fucking flowing right now. And this is just how I am doing things. I'm too busy. Look, I just fucking folded laundry and shit. I gotta fucking, dude, I gotta fucking figure shit out. I can't just sit around. Fuck, man. And see, this is what the system does to you, man. You're running around all the fucking time. You're going fucking ape shit up here because you have to fucking make sure that, you know, it's always about fucking money. It's always about fucking money, and there's not that much money to be had anymore. And it's just like, well, you just be grateful for what you do have. Fuck you and your goddamn bullshit preaching about gratitude. Fuck you. Now, I did want to also, and this was something that was talked about. And this kind of ties into what I was, a little bit of what I was just saying, in the sense of, you know, all the things that I'm trying to do. You know, I'm almost 37 years old, and I'm out here fucking working out and shit. Like, I run, and I fucking lift, and I fucking do some kickbox training, you know. I fucking do all that shit, taking care of 2 kids by myself, running around trying to fucking make money all the fucking time, taking care of the fucking house chores all the fucking time, right? You know, and talking about being physically wore the fuck out, right? And it seems, you know, that girl was talking about that. I know many people out there feel that way. Now, here's the thing. It's like, whenever I'm fueled with fire, like I am right now, you know, I feel unstoppable, right? And because I'm in the best shape of my fucking life, you know, it's like, I don't see my body breaking down anytime fucking soon, right? And just take that and just use your imagination. What I may, like, just use your imagination. There's different things that I could utilize this for. But I do feel you if you're out there fucking grinding your ass off, because it ain't fucking easy. And I do still, like, my age is starting to get to me a little bit. And it's like, you know, if this had been 10 years ago or something, maybe I could fucking run twice as much. Who the fuck knows? But, and I was talking about ADHD in that video too. The girl was talking about how she's neurodivergent, has ADHD. I can relate. I can fucking relate. And it is technically, I guess, a fucking disability or whatever, but there's so much that's programmed into our brains. And like he was talking about, you know, both he and the girl were talking about Large Man Abroad, about how, you know, like, relying on family is so frowned upon in the U.S. because it's all competitive, and you're supposed to be, you know, be able to do this on your own and blah blah. And that's ingrained in me too, right? And even though I recognize it for being what it is, right? Now so much of that might be because it's like, you know, all my family's in West by God fucking Virginia, and that place is a shithole. Beautiful country, you know what I mean? Beautiful landscape, rivers, streams, creeks, and mountains, forests. It's beautiful, right? The wildlife is great. But economically, it's just a black hole, and there are a lot of ignorant people there. And I'm not trying to shit on them, but it's just circumstances and everything, and then you end up with a lot of ignorance and a lot of bigotry and things like that. And there's a lot of drug use. And again, that's product of the fucking system. And it's not, you know, I wouldn't put that so much on these people individually, but it's like, I just don't want to be around that, right? I don't want to fucking go back to that fucking place. So maybe, you know, some of that's too is like, I don't want to fucking rely on them because that means going back there. Right? But at the same time, it's like, dude, I know what I'm fucking capable of, right? Know what I'm fucking capable of. Now, this is kind of all over the place, but this is my style. The last thing I want to say, and then we're going to end it, is this is directly to Large Man Abroad. I do want to say that, you know, I do appreciate everything that, you know, you're one of my 2 subscribers on my channel. You, in those early videos, you were throwing out recommendations. I began to use CapCut. I used it in my previous video, but I probably won't use it in this one because we're just going to go hard balls to the fucking wall here. But in offering up tips and showing support. But I haven't really heard anything from you here on my last several videos. And the one thing that does concern me is that, you know, because you've said it kind of explicitly here recently, even though you kind of went after the rapture folks out there. But that you're a Christian. Now maybe that's just in practice, like, or it's like, you know, kind of like being a Jew or something. You know, like you're like, oh, I'm a Jew, but I, you know, like I'm non, you know, still reference myself as a Jew. Now, of course, I guess that goes into, um, are they talking about like Jew in the ethnic sense, or Judaism, the religion? And, if you're a Catholic or something like that, it's not the same fucking thing. But, maybe, you just represent in that sense. But maybe if you really are a Christian and you do believe in that doctrine, I hope that hasn't caused some kind of rift, because in my previous videos, I know I have shit all over it, and I do apologize in a way. Like, I don't mean to offend you or anybody that fucking does believe. Really, it's not my intention. I feel strongly about my take on it, right? And so, it's something I don't agree with. It's something that I see as, I certainly don't think it's true. I think it's been used as a mechanism for control, and it's caused a lot of harm in the world, and that's where it's at. So, again, hopefully that doesn't cause any animosity or tension between the two of us, hopefully it hasn't. And feel free to reach out to me in regards to that. And if you ever would like to have a conversation about that topic or any other topic, feel free. I need to fucking network and reach out to everybody I fucking can, because this shit is fucking wild out there, dude. Winter is coming, boys. Winter's coming, and I'm not looking forward to that. And I need some fucking cash. I need some fucking income. But that's it. This is the Skyway Corsair, and I'm gonna fucking go and do a bunch of bullshit. Peace.